Yes, I salute you all. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. So basically today we are under contract 2, and the element that we are going to look at, we are going to look at rescission as a remedy under misrepresentation, basically. And when you look at rescission, we have other more remedies, but we are going to more so look rescission because it is a bit technical, whereby it has bars. Uh, Basically, rescission as a remedy, it is also provided under misrepresentations as a vitiating factor of misrepresentation. And rescission, basically, it means that taking back the parties in their original or in their original state before the misrepresentation, or putting the parties where they would have been while the misrepresentation never happened. You get, actually the good element is actually the definition is under section 15 subsection 4. If you read that subsection, you first go to 2, you bring that element, close subsection 2, you come to section 15 subsection 4, whereby if a party deems that fit that there was a contract, remember under where a contract is misrepresented, the contract is voidable. It's not void, but it's voidable. So you go to court, so that court puts you in the state before being what? Misrepresented. That basically the element that gives us the element of what? A misrepresentation that is made by someone or a party. So misrepresentation, as I've said, that it is whereby someone is put to his original. Yeah, it is put in his original state before. The good example that I gave is that, for example, this is a pen. I've sold to you a pen. I've given me money, but it was the contract was under misrepresentation. So we do vice versa. Take your money back. Give me my pen back. It is like this, a vice versa. I've given you a pen. You have given me money, but under rescission, give me back my pen. Take back your money. So that is rescission, basically. We go back to our original state as if this never happened. So there's a case of car and universal finance. Yeah, car and universal finance versus Cardwell. Under this, it was about a sale of a car. But however, the sale of this one sold a car, but realized that he was misrepresented because he was given a check, of which this check was dishonored by the bank. So he was misrepresented. So this person had sold the car to another. But however, court held that the selling of the car, this person didn't have the title. Actually, this you will appreciate this topic in year 2 about title, having a title to goods under the cost unit of sale of goods. But as per now, this one didn't have the title. So court held that these people were not owners, and the plaintiff could get his car back. He could claim his car back to be given back his car. Reason being that the people that they had sold to didn't have the title. Didn't have that title to the car, since therefore they didn't own the car. So basically that is the case of car and universal finance versus Cardwell. Then when you go further, we are going to look at the bars to rescission. Basically, bars to rescission, you may not understand the word, but in the simpler English, this is where rescission doesn't work. Areas where rescission is not available, or where rescission is impossible. You get, those are the bars to rescission. One of it is affirmation, where you affirm a misrepresentation, you cannot reside in the contract. And where there's no rescission doesn't mean that you can't claim other remedies. No, you can claim damages, you can claim indemnity, among others, but you cannot reside the contract. You get, residing the contract is going back to the original state. Where there is affirmation, you cannot reside the contract, but you can ask for other remedies. Damages you can, but you cannot what? Reside the contract. One of it you have seen, actually there's a case of, under affirmation, there's a case of Long versus Lloyd. Long versus Lloyd. Lloyd is Lloyd versus Lloyd. This was the sale of a rolly, whereby the seller said that it did 11 miles 11 miles to a gallon. So this one, when he went for trials, he realized that the car it was wrong, and the car only did 5 miles to a gallon. You get? So when he realized this, he came back and told the seller. But the seller was like, it's okay, we shall. He compensated. He said that I'll pay for the repairs. You get? So the buyer accepted. The meanwhile accepting, he had affirmed the misrepresentation. So this buyer, when he went, realized that the car was worse and beyond what he had expected. So he came back for rescission in court. But ever court held that he had affirmed to the misrepresentation and he could not reside the contract. That is one battle rescission, which is affirmation. The second one is lapse of time. Lapse of time, they say that everything has its own end. Everything has its own. Everything has a beginning and the end. And delay defeats equity. We all know that magazine. Delay defeats equity. So where there's lapse of time, you cannot reside the contract. You get? You cannot reside if you take long to claim for from that particular defect or that particular misrepresentation, you cannot reside in the contract. For example, there is a case of Leaf versus International Galleries. It was buying of a painting, but this painting realized that he bought a painting and realized that it was not, he was misrepresented. The painting that he wanted, it is not the painting that he was sold to. But however, he waited for 5 years. He brought the suit after 5 years. You get? Then court held that this was lapse of time. He had spent a very long period of time. Reason being, however much there was a misrepresentation, but the court held that he had spent a long period of time. You get? So he couldn't reside in the contract. Delay defeats equity. So basically that is the second one, which is lapse of time. The third one, which is restitution integrum. Restitution integrum impossible. Restitution integrum impossible. Basically, it means that something cannot be resided. However much you may want, like, you cannot reside. For example, if at all, let me give an example under that. If at all you buy soda from maybe from a restaurant or a shop, so when you take that soda, you open it, you drink. So when the other one says, no, they want to reside the contract. Let me give an example. If it is the tenant that has said, no, you have given me fake notes, what and what, me, I want my soda back, have your fake notes. But I've already taken the soda. You get? And I cannot bring it back out of my stomach, which means that is restitution integrum impossible. We cannot reside the contract. Reason being that I've taken the soda, I've consumed it, we cannot reside. You get? I can't give you a bottle back. Reason being that I've already used it. I've already took the soda. You get? So that makes that we cannot reside in the contract. Reason that it is impossible. You get? Not that in mind. So in this essence, you can just apply for other remedies, but not rescission. You can go for damages, indemnity amount, but not rescission. There's a case of Vigas versus Pike. Vigas is V-I-G-A-R versus Pikes. Pikes is P-I-K-E-S. Pikes. It was a lease of a mine. So this lease of a mine, the plaintiff knew he was misrepresented, so he wanted to reside the lease of the mine. But however, they had already made an extraction of the mines, among other things. So they couldn't reside the contract. The only remedy that was there to claim for damages, you get, because they had already removed the mine oil from the ground. So they couldn't go back to the original state. And the emphasis of rescission, they put you at your original state, where you were before the contract came into place or it came into force. So that is restitution integrum. Then the fourth one, we have where a third party acquires rights. Where a third party acquires rights, the contract cannot be rescinded, cannot be rescinded. For example, we saw the case of car and universal finance versus Cardwell. The reason as why the plaintiff claimed was given back the car, reason being that the third parties had not acquired title to the car. But however, here they say that where a third party acquires rights, here it means that if a third party acquires title to the property, you cannot reside. Let me give an example. If I sell to you this pen, I give it to you, and after, but however, however, you have sold it to another person, maybe even the other person sells it to another person, but that is far. But I've sold it to you and you have sold it to another person. Me, if I'm claiming that you misrepresented me to sell my pen, I cannot claim it from the third party. I cannot claim that bring my pen back. Reason being that it is now in the hands of the third party. I can only sue you for damages. You get? So note that in that actually it was broadly explained the case of Phillips versus Brooks. Phillips versus Brooks, where they held that where a third party acquires rights, the contract cannot be what? Resided. Read that case tentatively and verbatimly. So meanwhile, that is the remedy of rescission. Okay, those are some of the bars to rescission. But other than that, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Stay blessed and follow, comment where I feel that you need more light so that I can act on your comments in a way that is going to help you, in a way that is going to help both of us in learning the law. So thank you very much, stay blessed, and wish you success in your endeavors.